watching a video about Waffle House because I wanted to watch it. But hi! We hope you're doing well. This is filmed same day as my last video. But hello, ignore them screaming for help. They don't need any help. But please go support the original creator, please. I will have links in the description. I feel like I don't say that enough in my videos, but I will have links in the description for the original creators. Please go support them. Thank you. And let's just start watching. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. Oh, and ooh, you want to get this cursor so bad. It's on it's in my Discord. Ooh. Okay, thank you. And I hope you like the new outfit. I'm gonna be using it for a while until I use the next model I'm gonna have. So yippee!
Okay, I'm just going to be honest with you. I actually debated on which channel I was going to upload this video on because on one hand, we're going over a business and the business model that it has, but on the other hand, this restaurant is basically the Roman Colosseum of the South, and I'm pretty sure if you eat there enough, you actually get a deployment patch from the US military. Regardless, I wore my schnazziest tank top for the occasion. Today we're talking about Waffle House. Okay, just to be completely clear with everybody, I was pretty sure I was not going to get caught off guard because Waffle House is already absolutely crazy. I started looking into it and then found out
I'm pretty sure, like, wasn't there, like, actually a rating on, like, if Waffle Houses are open or closed? If the Waffle House is closed, it shows, like, it's genuinely, like, a natural disaster is going on or something. I ate at, like, Waffle House 2 or 3 times in my life. Fucking loved it every single time. I enjoy it so much. The food there was good. I never got sick, surprisingly, from eating there, which I thought I would do. So it really surprises me that I haven't gotten sick.
Waffle House is somehow connected to the Manhattan Project from World War II. So they managed to actually surprise me, and we're going to get to it right after a word from our sponsor.
Sponsor time!
Yeah, babe, what's up?
Hey, I need a boombox.
Okay, I can go get you one.
Perfect.
Not get sick? I got sick from Arby's way more. Arby's sent me to the ER once.
Oh, it's right here. I got it for you.
What is this?
The boombox.
No, I wanted something to play music with.
Oh, that kind of boombox. Yeah, I got this instead.
Okay, we'll go to the store and get me a boombox so I can listen to music.
Can I keep this one still?
I don't care.
This video is brought to you by Delete Me, okay? Super simple business model. You give them money, they turn around and they make sure that online data brokers are not selling your personal information online. Okay, here's the deal. Pretty much anytime you use a free service on the internet, you click that little box that says, I agree to the terms and conditions.
I hope you're doing well.
Just
It's a
agree
pleasure to meet you.
Harvest as much of your personal information as humanly possible. They then turn around and sell that to online data brokers, and that's how they can afford to offer you a free service.
This whole stuff with the, what is it called? The getting rid of your information online, it's really important, actually. Please do it. I went through a lot of effort to remove as much as I could about myself online. So if you care about your privacy about online stuff, why not use the guy's sponsor? Why not? Just please be careful about what you post online. There's lots of weirdos. Protect yourself.
So they have to take down and stop selling that information. So when you buy Delete Me, you're not actually buying anything. You're just buying your way out of all the negative consequences of all the free shit that you've already got. And because they continue to monitor those data brokers, you're buying yourself
Roses are red, chocolate is brown. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you.
Damn it. Discount code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, Waffle House. Our story begins with a gentleman
that is pretty smooth.
Faulkner. This man graduated from law school at 23 years old, passed the bar, and immediately gets drafted in 1940 in the days leading up to World War II. Because he graduated from college, he's presented with 2 different options. He can A, go straight into officer training, and that's a 3-year commitment, or he can just be a normal draftee and go in as an enlisted soldier, and that is a 1-year commitment. Now, you got to remember, at this point in time, like 1940, while World War II is currently going on, America's not involved yet. The attack on Pearl Harbor has not happened, and prior to the attack on Pearl Harbor, the American people did not want to go to war. Because of that, Tom Faulkner figures, hey, we're not actually going off to war. I don't want to waste 3 years of my time just being in the military, not actually, you know, fighting a war or whatever. So he chooses to be a draftee. Goes into the military as an enlisted soldier, E1 private. From there, goes off to basic training. As soon as he gets through basic training, the attack on Pearl Harbor ends up happening. America enters the war. He immediately opts to go into OCS training and commits for 3 years. After he completes the officer training course,
did not expect
to be a
someone to be
officer where he does, and I quote, a lot of top secret stuff. You see my
what? Does a lot of top secret stuff. I didn't even know that Waffle House had like its roots in military things. I didn't even know.
counterintelligence officer where he does, and I quote, a lot of top secret stuff.
You see, my identity must remain mysterious and my mission secret. I cannot reveal it to you.
You can actually tell in the interviews that he gave later on in his life, like in his 70s, 80s, and 90s, that he's still not sure what he is and what he isn't allowed to talk about. But he did end up telling us that basically it was his job to try to sneak onto military bases, not as military personnel. So he would basically disguise himself as like a painter or a carpenter or whatever.
So like
try
security
to infiltrate the U.S. military base to expose weaknesses within the system to help counteract enemy spies. So he does that for a couple of years, and then one day he ends up getting orders like, hey, you're going to Knoxville, Tennessee. And he's like, okay, for what? And they're like, don't fucking worry about it, just show up. So he shows up in Tennessee and he's given his orders, and those orders, I'm paraphrasing here, but they're essentially, hey, here's your partner, you two are gonna hop in that truck and you were gonna drive it from Knoxville, Tennessee to Los Alamos, New Mexico. You guys are gonna dress in plain clothes, you're not gonna look at what's inside the truck, you're not gonna talk about what's inside the truck, you're gonna take this map and take that exact route. This route avoids every major city and every major highway. You were gonna drive straight there 53 hours straight, taking turns sleeping in the passenger seat and not stopping for any reason whatsoever. And he does this for the next year and a half, pretty much non-stop, and then like 20, 30 years after the fact, he finds out that he was actually hauling the majority of the enriched uranium for all of the nuclear testing and the building of nuclear weapons. Which, as we all know, brings about the end of World War II. At this point, he gets out of the military, moves back home to Atlanta, Georgia, starts helping his dad out with his real estate agent.
Hold on, I feel like I need to go back a second. Have you ever wondered what uranium tastes like? It's an inside thought. It's an inside thought. I'm never actually gonna eat it, right? But I've always wondered. Like, does it taste good? Hi, Joshua!
And the building of nuclear weapons. Which, as we all know, brings about the end of World War II.
You think it tastes like rock candy? Or like sweet?
Moves back home to Atlanta, Georgia, starts helping his dad out with his real estate agency. Now, he does that for about 10 years, and during this time, he ends up selling the house right next door to his to another guy by the name of Joe Rogers, and they pretty much become best friends. Joe Rogers was also an Army veteran. He was actually a pilot that flew B-24s in World War II. When Joe got back home after the war, he did not want to go off to college, so he actually just took the first job that he was offered, being a short-order cook at a now defunct restaurant chain known as Tuttle House. He worked his way up, becoming a restaurant manager, then eventually becoming a regional manager. And then one day, his neighbor and best friend, Tom Faulkner, real estate agent, always looking for the next investment, comes to him and is like, hey, I'm thinking about opening up my own restaurant. I can get the real estate deal going on that side. I just wanted to know, like, if I opened up and bought a franchise of Tuttle House, would you be willing to run it for me? Now, at this point, it's like 1954, 1955. Joe Rogers has a ton of experience inside the restaurant industry, and he basically tells his best friend, like, hey, don't open a Tuttle House. You should start your own thing. Tuttle House's business model isn't that great. If you start your own restaurant, I will help you run it. He then goes off on vacation with his family.
Best friend. Genuine best friend. I don't think I have someone, like a friend that would go to bat to open a restaurant with me. That's crazy. Fun fact, Pine, the human tongue can imagine the texture of anything if the eyes can see. Imagine licking a rock. Some people snort them. Jawbreakers a rock, you think? I don't think jawbreakers count, do they? When Canada entered both World War I and II, we created war crimes. Oh, war crimes were after World War II? I didn't even... I hope I'm not just believing lies, but like that's... wow.
By the time he comes back, Tom Faulkner has already bought the real estate and comes to Rogers and is like, cool, what's the business we're starting?
Where's Pancake's house?
What? Pancake House.
We stop at Pancake's house.
Pancakes.
And within the span of like 6 months, the very first of what is now the legendary restaurant chain of Waffle House opens. And Waffle House is legendary, probably for all the wrong reasons. I mean, even if you've never been to a Waffle House, you've heard about Waffle House because, well, I mean, Kid Rock got in a fight there. You've got Haley Booth, the viral Waffle House cook known as the Last Chairbender. There's entire subreddits and YouTube channels almost exclusively dedicated to all the fights that break out at Waffle House.
Falling off the counter is crazy.
Exclusively dedicated to all the fights that break out at Waffle House. I remember the first time I went to a Waffle House. I stretched first, I grabbed a GoPro, I was ready to yell World Star, nothing Nothing exciting happened. I just had delicious breakfast at like 3 o'clock in the morning, which is probably 99% of people's experiences because despite all of the negative PR, Waffle House makes a ton of money and has an incredible business model. Okay, Waffle House had about $1.4 billion in revenue last year, which is about $650,000 per location. And when you take into consideration that each Waffle House is absolutely tiny, that's really impressive. Out of their 2,100 tiny Waffle House locations, their yearly stats are 58 million cups of coffee, 124 million waffles, 153 million servings of hash browns, 272 million eggs, which is about 2% of all the eggs consumed in the United States of America, and 85 million strips of bacon. Yes, I did the math. That is about 8,000 miles worth of bacon.
I worry what you just heard was, give me a lot of bacon and eggs. What I said was, give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
So Waffle House is obviously doing something right. What exactly are they doing? Well, it all comes down to their business model and their branding. Now, with the Waffle House branding, all the negative PR about fights...
In the 90% of the waffles, I think the few times I went to a Waffle House, I think I genuinely had just like normal, some toast, eggs, and bacon. But I remember having the waffles. I don't know if they did the... It could be the chicken and waffles, I think, maybe. But I enjoyed it every time. I never left with a bad experience. I mean, entertaining.
Always breaking out of Waffle House, in a way, has actually helped them out a ton because Waffle House, by and large, is pretty much a regional chain. It's primarily down in the South, yet Waffle House has become a household name pretty much everywhere in America. You could have never even seen a Waffle House, and you already know Waffle House is open 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, and they serve breakfast. Why do you know they serve breakfast? Because their name is fucking Waffle House. I mean, look at this sign. You're driving down the road, you see that, you know everything you need to know. They sell breakfast. The end. Do that with another breakfast place. If you're not from there and you don't know what a Denny's or a Perkins or an IHOP is, you have no idea. It's just a restaurant. Maybe. Waffle House, they're selling waffles, which means there's like a 99% chance they sell other breakfast food. Fucking sold. I'm in. So already, the branding is absolutely
don't need much
incredible.
more, do you?
Here's the true genius of it. Why did they call it Waffle House? Why didn't they call it Breakfast House or Bacon House or Hash Brown House? It's because waffles had the highest profit margin. I cannot stress to you enough
waffles
how
just sounds
genius
better
that is,
for
right?
a name,
because you
Waffle
don't need to
House.
sell breakfast, all right? Everybody's already in on breakfast, okay? I could be blackout drunk at 4 in the morning, and you could ask me, hey, do you want breakfast? I'm coming up like the Undertaker every single time. And then you go, the only thing open right now is Waffle House, okay? I was already sold on breakfast from the get-go, but because Waffle House is where we're going, guess what I'm getting? A motherfucking waffle, and they're making more money. It makes sense that Tom Faulkner was a counterintelligence officer because the man literally said 2 words and is already
hash browns were really good there,
you into ordering the most expensive thing on the menu that makes him the most money. So the branding of Waffle House is both simple and brilliant, and the rest of the business model matches that to a T. Okay, all Waffle Houses are like virtually identical. They're very small. They only seat like 30 people, and you can actually see the cook making you your food. Now, at a glance, you're just like, oh, they're just going for that like 1950s drive-through type of a vibe, which they are, but there's way more to it than that. Because the restaurant is so small, the kitchen never has the opportunity to get bogged down, meaning that they're moving tables very, very quickly. So instead of having one kitchen and 100 customers, you've got one kitchen and 30 customers, and you can just turn those tables over 3 times faster, which pretty much guarantees that every customer is going to get exactly what they wanted, okay? They're not going in there for 5-star dining. They're going in there because they're hungry and they want breakfast, and now they're going to get...
Yeah, I'm going in there because it's like 3, 4 in the fucking morning. I want some food. I'm eating it, you know? I'm not expecting 5-star service or anything. I'm just expecting a good food. Food. That's all I want. Food. Man, this is making me crave it too. I wish I could get some Waffle House. I mean, I guess I could. They probably, like, DoorDash or something probably has it. I can deliver it. I ain't here for fancy stuff. I'm here for food. Yeah. You really like my character design? Thank you. That's very, very sweet. If you remember correctly, KFC started an Waffle House. Oh, that's really cool. If that's actually true. But that'd be a neat little fact.
breakfast really quick in a small setting that doesn't feel like a packed restaurant where they have to wait in line to be seated.
It was very cozy every time I went. People minded their business. That's what I liked.
What if it's just completely full with a line out the door 24/7 every day of the year? Waffle House surely would build a bigger Waffle House, right? No. We're going to take the same parking lot, and right next to that first Waffle House, we're going to build a second fucking Waffle House, okay?
Yeah.
The plan is working, and if it's not broke,
go
don't
to a
fix
Waffle
it.
House.
Which is one of those things that seems dumb, but is actually brilliant. So obviously, speed is key to this business model, and they've done themselves a big favor with their menu because their menu is overwhelmingly simple, okay? It's literally one side of one piece of paper. Okay, the entire menu is comprised of like 10 things.
Oh my god. I remember these menus. This is like bringing up my childhood. Going on the road trip, I remember the first time I went to a Waffle House, I was going on a road trip with my family. And this was like the exact fucking menu, I think. It looked a little different, but this just unlocked my brain. Oh my goodness. Look at all that. Ugh. It all looks good too. You know, I might get Waffle House after this,
They have
genuinely.
waffles, sausage, bacon, ham, eggs, toast,
Core memory?
biscuits,
Yeah.
gravy, butter,
I
and
have
syrup.
bad memory,
Guess how
but
many
I remember
flavors of syrup
Waffle
they have?
House.
One. It's fucking syrup-flavored syrup. The entire menu is simple, exactly how it's supposed to be. Oh, sorry, they have hash browns too. Sorry, 11 things, not 10. Anyways, moving on.
Hash browns
Another
are
reason
great.
they do so good is they actually might be the best fast food chain when it comes to taking care of their employees. They pay them higher than average. They have super flexible schedules, and they're one of, if not the only fast food chain that actually offers all their employees healthcare and dental insurance. Okay, and I know what you're thinking. You're like, okay,
oh,
really,
wow,
how
that's
good are they
actually
treating
really
the Waffle
nice.
House employees? I got the one stat that's everything you need to know, okay? Waffle House treats their employees
Dental
so well
was
that employees
crazy.
are willing to commute into a natural disaster to work at a different Waffle House when the occasion arises. Yeah,
Not only that, I feel like if you're a Waffle House employee, you kind of gotta learn how to fight or know how to fight. I have not met a Waffle House employee that does not know how to throw hands when it matters. Every single Waffle House employee I have met knows how to throw down hands.
Waffle House is open.
They deserve the
24 hours a day,
dental.
365 days a year.
They've
and
earned
they
it.
fucking mean it, okay? Whenever there's like a hurricane coming or some type of
I wanna
Waffle
go
House
back.
when the occasion arises. Yeah, Waffle House is open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and they fucking mean it, okay?
Yeah,
Whenever
they do.
there's like a hurricane coming or some type of impending natural disaster, Waffle House organizes what they call a jump team, a bunch of Waffle House employees from
Jump
a different
team?
region that's going to be unaffected because they know that their local employees are going to be busy taking care of their own family and their own houses during a hurricane, so they bring in teams from outside the region to work inside of a natural fucking disaster, and they're willing to do it.
I never said thank you.
The heroes that keep giving.
And you'll never have to.
And
Thank you,
McDonald's
Waffle
can
House
barely get their
employee.
employees
Thank
to show
you.
up on a good day, and Waffle House has employees volunteering to commute into a fucking hurricane to make breakfast. And this is the most impressive part of the business because Waffle House has the best logistics and preparedness of any company I've ever seen ever. The only entity that beats them in logistical capacity is the United States military. Waffle House is literally ready for absolutely anything. Every single Waffle House has the playbook inside of it that details exactly how the staff is supposed to handle
Wait.
literally any type of emergency or situation
Really?
that could possibly arise. And if for some reason the situation comes across that situation that could possibly
They actually have checklists of things you need to do. Oh
arise,
my.
and if for some
Hi.
reason the
Welcome
situation
in.
comes across that isn't in that playbook, after
I'm
it
hungry
happens,
too.
they immediately add it to the playbook. It covers tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, a hole in the roof from a branch falling, a car driving into the restaurant. You can drive a car into Waffle House and they're still planning on staying open. The playbook even has detailed plans for every type of disaster for what the local employees
Hey, if you think about it, the amount of cops that were there, you don't think some of the cops are gonna want some Waffle House? I guarantee like 3-4 of the cops here went in and ordered some food.
restaurant. You can drive a car into Waffle House, and they're still planning on staying open. The playbook even has detailed plans for every type of disaster for what the local employees, while they're not working, should go home and do to make sure that their house and their family are safe as well. Every single Waffle House has a backup generator. The stovetop, it runs on propane, and they have a bunch of extra propane tanks on hand. Flashlights, candles, batteries, backup water. They have a special menu of what they're able to serve when the water is out and they're running on reserve water. When a Waffle House location is going to be in a disaster area, that Waffle House stocks up on extra food, and then all of the neighboring locations in the unaffected area also stock up and stage food there to get them more food when they need it. If Waffle House is a...
So, what I'm learning is that if a zombie apocalypse happened, I need to post up in a Waffle House. I need to go to a Waffle House. The Waffle House employees will save me.
Stock up and stage food there to get them more food when they need it. If Waffle House is a
they know how to
standing
handle their
structure,
shit.
those motherfuckers are serving breakfast come hell or high water.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
Not leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving!
Waffle House is so good at this that FEMA uses them to gauge how bad natural disasters really are. Yes, FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, literally uses the Waffle House Index to gauge how bad a disaster is. Okay, green, Waffle House is running as normal. Yellow, Waffle House is using the backup generator or having to use an altered menu. Red, Waffle House is closed. People are probably already fucking dead by that point. Waffle House is literally the Terminator of the fast food industry, okay? The fact that the federal government, probably the most powerful entity on the planet, maybe ever, looks at a chain of restaurants and is like, man, if Waffle House is closed, we need to mobilize the National Guard is fucking crazy. Now, maybe you guys...
It feels like we're in an alt timeline or something. Like, this feels like the plot of some sort of, like, manga or anime or whatever. It's like... The Waffle House closed down. Ready the army.
Closed, we need to mobilize the National Guard is fucking crazy. Now, maybe you guys are thinking the same thing I was at this point in my research, and I'm like, man, I need to invest in this company. I need to see if I can open up my own Waffle House franchise. This company's awesome. And this is where the bad news comes in. I mean, technically you can franchise a Waffle House, but most of us probably can't. The company is privately owned. It's not on the stock market. It's still owned by the families of the original two founders. And
I mean, that's kind of good,
they are
I guess.
super picky about who they let buy in to have a franchise, and they make it very, very expensive to buy in to make sure this is actually what you want. And while that is unfortunate, I think it's actually kind of awesome. It's a company that actually has morals and cares about their image more than they care about next quarter's profits, okay? It's a company that has committed themselves to making breakfast under any circumstances, and they're gonna see that through till the very end, even though they could probably make way more money by just selling franchises and letting whoever the fuck throw up a Waffle House. And now for the fairy tale ending, Joe and Tom
really
worked
nice
together as best friends for 62 years to build Waffle House into what it is today. They both passed away at the ages of 97 and 98, and now Waffle House and their legacy lives on as that company is still being operated by their kids, and that is the American dream. Get together with one of your best friends, pick a goal, even if it's something as simple as serving breakfast to people, and never let anything get in between you and achieving your goal, even hurricanes and floods and natural disasters, apparently. Work with your best buddy for 62 years straight, and then die together and hand it off to your kids. In conclusion, Waffle House is the most American company ever, and that's why I love it. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you, YouTube, for being here and watching with me. I just learned a whole lot, haven't I? Oh my goodness. It was a lot of fun. I want Waffle House. I might go and get me some Waffle House soon. I'm sure. I'm sure it's just as I remember. I really am sure. But goodbye, YouTube. Why did my brain go, there, YouTube? Go get some Waffle House, because I haven't fed you for months. But hi, I'm happy to be here. Hello.